went in 1945 for the first time and 46 for the second time. I have to be honest, when I went as a 10-year-old, it was the first time I was away from my parents, and I was an only child. And so I went up to Kadima with a couple of my friends, and we were all there together. And there were times when I was very lonesome and I just wanted to go home. But I eventually accepted it all and had a good time and met some new girls who were in my cabin.
When I started my first year was 77 on staff, 77, 78. My younger brother, Leonard, who's now living in Toronto, was there in 76. And he came home that summer and said, oh, you'd love this camp, you should go. So I went the next summer with him. I went to Kadima. I fell in love with these kids. They were all Atlantic Canadians. And, I made good friends. So I decided to go to Dalhousie. And Howard and I got married, settled here. And when our kids came along, they went to Kadima. And so my brothers sent their kids to Kadima, and then they'd go home and tell their friends in Toronto. So I think that's when that, Upper Canadian Toronto, at least, growth came.
I was 9 when I started, so Ruben's a bit younger. I think it'll be harder than I think it will be. Ruben's 6, turning 7 at camp, which is quite young, but he knows that he can go and talk to his new friends about Pokemon and try different things at swimming lessons and all these different things. So this year's, it might be a little early, but he's excited, and it's such a beautiful camp.
Are you excited or what? Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. I wish I was coming with you.
I already know what in my head counts.
My first summer would have been 30 years ago. Actually, Mom, if you do the math, that would have been 92. So 30 years ago tomorrow, I went to Kadima for the first time.
I think there's more kids from the rest of Canada going now than in my day. In my day, it was mostly the Maritimers and the Cape Bretoners and whatever.
Like both summers, they were great. I made such good friends, lifelong friends. It really sort of set the path for my life, I guess, for the last 45 years. Howard and I dated for 4, and we've been married now 40 years. I'm
really quite proud of them all. And Karen was probably one of the better campers. She just loved it. and almost all my grandchildren have gone to Kadima.
One of our traditions is Visitors' Day. We have a picnic area, 2 picnic tables that we always seem to take control over. On Visitors' Day, often I will send a tablecloth or 2, a plastic tablecloth or 2 with one of my kids or a niece or nephew to grab that table at the beginning of Visitors' Day so that I don't have to run in the mummy run or the grandma run or whatever. But anyway, we haven't sat there in a couple of years now, and we'll not be there again this year. The Conter family donated a cabin in memory of Tema many years ago. The Abramsky family, my mom and dad donated a cabin my parents in 2004 that they dedicated to their children and grandchildren.
For anybody who's been there, you just know it's one of those things that's hard to define, but you just know it when you have it. And memories of experiences at Kadima are very much those things. I think it's very important to remind Daniel Zatzman that I beat him in the Maccabi triathlon. So that was very memorable for me.
we had like letter writing day at least 3 or 4 times a week, as I recall. And it was always exciting to get mail, you know, when you went back to your cabin after lunch to see if there was mail there for you and maybe a package or something fun.
If I remember correctly, we wrote a letter home every day.
By my years at camp, they had created that fill-in-the-blank postcard. So all I ended up with was filling in a couple of keywords to a couple of sentences, and we got off pretty easy. But it's neat. My mother mentions that she's been helping, so we feel very fortunate. We actually have 5 children, my wife and I, and what we've done as part of getting Reuben ready for camp, as we are a 4th generation family, Booby has taken it upon herself to start a tradition where camp prep happens with Booby and Grandpa. So they went out and did some of the shopping and helped pack the duffels, and got to talk about camp and all the different fun Reuben will have. So it was really neat that he got to spend extra time with Booby and Grandpa, and he got to learn about Camp Kadima while he did it. Upper bunk or lower bunk, bud?
Upper.
Reuben, why is upper better?
Because it's funner.
It was the cottage, and it's just, you know, when we speak to our friends that are camp couples also, it's just a very special place. There's something in the air or something in the water, like William, that once you're in it, you're stuck.